Hello and good morning. What is today's lesson? It's all about learning on how you can actually use Microsoft Publisher. Microsoft Publisher, that is one of the applications, programs under Microsoft Office. And today we are going to learn on how and what is this Microsoft Publisher, how you are going to use it, where it is applicable. So Microsoft Publisher, according to Google, is a desktop publishing application for creating publications. So it is an application for creating publications with a focus on page layout and graphic design. So there is a combination of graphical design in this. This Microsoft Publisher allows the users to create various documents that includes simple items like greeting cards, labels, as well as complex projects like newsletters and catalogs. So Microsoft Publisher is planned for discontinuation in October 2026, meaning we only have almost 2 years to work with it, after which it will be no longer supported by Microsoft Office. So that is the good and bad news. The bad news is that people will not be able to appreciate where graphical design has come from. But the good news is that we still have other softwares that you can actually work on to create the same and equally good designs. Okay? So, what are some of these things and some publications that you can actually come up with? You can come up with various designs on Microsoft Publisher. So today we are going to work with Microsoft Publisher and see how we can actually design something simple like a flyer. So if you click on your start button, you'll be able to scroll down to alphabet P and you'll find Microsoft Publisher. So if you go down, you'll find here we have Microsoft Publisher. So once you click on that, you can see the logo P. You'll be able to get this interface. So this is what we are going to work with this one. Sorry, this is PowerPoint. So here is Publisher. You can see it's indicated as Publisher. So we are going to design. So the first thing I'll do is I'll click there blank. We're going to work on a blank document, blank publication. So that is what we are going to use as our template, on which we are going to design a flyer. So this is the interface that we are going to work on. As you can see, it is a portrait paper. What is the size of the paper? So I'll click on page design, and on page design I can be able to see orientation. Let me make it portrait, after which I'll go to size. I can see we have landscape A5. We also have let's go for A4 landscape. I'll use an A4 landscape to create this. So the first thing I need to do before I go further, I need to save. So the first thing we need to do is to save our work. So I'll click on file, under file, then I'll go to save. Then on save, I'm going to save on this personal computer, this PC. Then I will identify the desktop. I'll click desktop. So my destination is this PC, desktop. I'll scroll here and click desktop once. Then I'll give the file name. What is the file name? Flyer for a restaurant. Flyer for a restaurant. Then I'll click save. So that is how you save your work. After which, now you can see on this title bar, we have the title bar. Our work is saved. We also have the toolbar right here. We have the menu bars with these titles. We have the toolbar. The toolbar gives us the formatting tools that we can use to make this flyer. Down also we have the address bar that tells us we are on page 104, meaning we are designing on a single page. We also have the zoom in and zoom out here. So here we can be able to zoom and it helps us in designing. So here we have a page manager. So the first thing I can do is I'll click on margins. Let me remove the margins first. Now we have an empty page. On this empty page, now I'm going to put guides. So I'll pick which guide. We have different types of guides. I want to pick one guide that can help me design this flyer, so I'll go for this one. So here now I have a guide. So using this guide, I'm going to subdivide some sections whereby we'll have text and where we can have pictures. So I'll hold this lower line, then I'll bring it down. I'll bring it down to that point, meaning, let me take it up a little bit, up to there, meaning I'm going to have titles here and then pictures right here, and then below here I'll have explanation. So this is a flyer for a restaurant. Okay, so when I want to type on Microsoft Publisher, I have to insert a text box. I insert a text box, I insert a text box. When I want to use a picture, I'll insert a picture, I'll insert a picture, also insert a picture. Then below here, I'll insert a text box and type description. So let's say this is a restaurant that is trying to market pizza, cake, and fries. Pizza, cake, and fries. So I'm going to insert pictures for those three meals. So I'll click on insert. Under insert, I'm going to click. I have two ways to insert a picture. If I click the first option, it means I want to insert picture from my device, meaning I'm inserting from my computer. But since I don't have a picture in my computer, let me go online. So I'll click the second option, inserting a picture from online. Then I'm going to get this internet search. So let's wait a little bit. Here comes the search, online search engine. So I'll click there and say maybe fries. So I'm going to type fries. Once you type, you press enter key on your laptop or computer. So here are examples of fries. But look at the section where I want to put the picture. This is a portrait, okay? Whereby the height is longer than the width. So the pictures that I'm seeing right here, let's go to the pictures. The pictures that I'm seeing here, we have landscape whereby the height is shorter, landscape, but we have portrait here. So I'll click on this. We also have another portrait. So I'll click on this and then I'll click insert. Portrait is better because you can be able to resize it to fit perfectly well. So when you're resizing your picture, don't use this center line or this center line to make it smaller. Usually go for diagonal corners and you move it diagonally like that. Once you see it has become the size you want, then you can bring it to where you want it to be. Okay, so that's how you work with the pictures. So resize it that way. The good thing with this PowerPoint publisher, once you've put the picture, you can then now maximize it a little bit so that it can help you perfectly fit it like that. Also this one you can move this way. You can now move lower and then up a little bit. So these pictures perfectly fit in that area. So I can right click and copy it, then I can paste it and bring it also in position. Why did I insert a picture, format it, and then copy it and paste it? This is important because it makes your work much quicker. Okay, it makes your work quicker because the first picture you had already formatted it to a size that you really wanted, and that enables you to quickly duplicate the same design and measurement to other sections. So that is how we've designed our pictures. So what if I want to change the picture? So I just right click on that picture, and then let's see if we can change it right from here. Delete, change picture. You can see we have changed picture, so it is quicker. Meaning, if we change the picture on that position, we are going to get an exact fitting of a picture. So if I want to get from the computer, I'll go for the first option. If I want to get it from online, I'll go for the second option. But if I want to get it from my online space where I've stored my data, I'll go for the third option. So I'm going for the second option. Here I can get a picture for a cake. Enter. So I'm going to, it will search for me a picture for a cake. So I'm going to find a picture that is portrait, but a picture for a cake. Here we have one. We have several pictures, okay? But this one I'm going for. This is a square picture. So let me go for this one. Insert. So the picture will perfectly fit within that space. That's how you quickly work with the pictures in Microsoft Publisher. Also this one, right click and say change picture. Change picture. So here we are going to get another picture. We said we are working with three items. There is a pizza, cake, and fries. Pizza, cake, and fries. So here we have a picture for a cake. Let me find a picture that is portrait. Here it is. So I'll click on that one and say insert. It is going to also fit perfectly in that section. So if you look at my work now, I have already worked with pictures. What if I want to format the pictures? If I want to format the pictures, I just click on the picture and then I go to picture format. So I've selected all pictures. How did I select? I'll click on the first one. On my keyboard, on the left side of the keyboard lower part, you'll see Control, CTRL. Hold the Control as you select the second. Again, click on the third while holding Control, and then you release your hand from the keyboard. So you've selected both three. From there now you click on picture format because it has been activated. The moment I selected my pictures, picture format was activated. After which now I can click on this drop down and I'll be able to find different formatting for my picture. I can click on 8 of them. So maybe that one. These are my pictures are going to look like. Okay. I can be able to change to any style. Any style. If I go for that one, that's how my pictures are going to look like. Okay. After I've done that, now what I'll do next is to insert a text box. So I'll click on insert, then I go to text box. The moment you click on text box, you activate the text box. So your cursor right now gives you a plus sign. So hold your mouse, you hold by pressing the right side as you draw it. Once you draw it, now you can type inside. Before you type, you can see our cursor is on top left. Top left is active. Top left, top left. If I click center, I'm at the top center, but I want it to be at the center center. So I'll click there, it will come down to center center. This is the bottom center, bottom right. So here we are. So here I can increase this size by clicking on this arrow to make it bigger. 14, 16, 17. You can see it's increasing. Before I type, I can be able to make it bigger. After which I can click on B to make it bold. What about the font color? Right now it is color black. If I click this drop down, I can give it a different color, maybe color red. Let me go for that. After which now you can be able to type French fries. French fries. That is what we've been able to do. So because I want this to replicate these other parts, so I'm going to click once, then on this one of these colors I'll put my cursor on top. Once I put my cursor, I right click. When I see double arrows, right click. Once you see the cursor, right click, then copy, then right click and paste. you've copied and pasted the text box. This is how you make your work easier. Also, right click and paste. You've also pasted your text box. Why did I do that? I did that so that I cannot be formatting all places. Okay, so we have cakes, and here we have pizza. The reason why I'm designing one text box and copying and pasting on each is to maintain this consistency of formatting. As you can see, my work looks like it is consistently formatted. Okay, after which now I can go down here, also right click and paste the text box. Then I can write more information about this item that we have here. So for instance, here we have so before I type, I'll make my text to go top left, so I'll click on text box. Then here we have a center alignment, so I'm going to click on top left, after which now I can click the end, erase some data, and say we have the best French fries that comes with a combination of organic juice. A combination of organic juice. So price, let me say let's put in dollars, $330.55. That is the price for this product. After which now I can click, then copy this text box, copy, right click, paste. So we have an equally similar text box that we are going to also work with. So when you're moving your shapes, always remember to see these dotted red lines. They are guides that tell you how you can position proportionally your shapes and objects in your design. So now you can see our work is almost equally same. So here we can say also about this, we have the best cakes, wedding cakes, that comes also with a combination of food catering services. Okay, what about the price? The price, maybe I'm saying 150 USD. We also have another option for pizza. We have the best pizza in town. We have the best pizza in town that comes with the combination of a cappella band and karaoke. Okay, what about the price? The price will go for 345 USD. So this is what we've done. The next now, if I want to change this text, I'll just click once, select everything, italicize, change the color. Maybe I can go for a different color. Okay, do the same for this, italicize, go for that different color. Also this, select all, italicize, and also give it a different color. Once we have done that and we are satisfied that our work is good, then we can go to page design, and a page design, you click on margins, you remove the margins, okay, from your work. Then you go to guides, also remove the guides. So your work will be as simple as this. Okay, as you can see, this is how our work looks like. you want to add maybe a background to a work, then you can go to page design. You'll be able to see background color. So you click on background, you have solid colors, you have gradient colors. Solid color is one color from end to end, but if you go for gradient colors, it is a color that changes shade from one end to end. Okay, we also have more effects on our background. If you click on background, you go down and click more backgrounds, you'll be able to see the effects. We have solid fill, no fill, meaning there's nothing at the background, it's only color white. Gradient fill, you have picture or texture fill, we have pattern fill. So if I go for picture fill, if you have a picture, maybe a company logo, you can go for it. If you have a texture fill, you can pick a type of texture that you can put on your background. Let's pick one and see how the impact is. So let me go for this one, and then I say okay. So this is our background looks like now, meaning our work is going to look like this. So with that being said, let me click on the pictures, select all pictures, click picture format. Let me format it better, a better look. Maybe that one. What about this one? This one looks perfectly well. Okay, you can move it also a little bit, This is how our work looks like. Okay, so from there now we have our design, right? So let me save it in PDF. So first I've saved it, so I go to file, and then down here I can export. How do I export? Export to PDF. So I click create PDF or XPS file. From there you have a PDF of a flyer restaurant. Where do you want to save it? At the desktop. So in my destination is this personal computer and the desktop. Then I click publish. So once I do that, I can now minimize and try to open what we've designed. Let me try to open it. Here is our publication. So if I double click, I'm going to open what we've designed. So this is our flyer that we've designed with Microsoft Publisher. You can see how it looks like. So if you go and print, you can print and then you fold it at these sections. You fold it 3 times. So the first section is this, second section is this, and the third is this. So you'll have a flyer that is folded in 3 parts. Thank you so much for following through. Thank you for your time, and I hope that you are going to become a better designer with Microsoft Publisher before 2026, when it will be officially closed. Thank you for your time, and see you on another video. May God bless you.